My wife was sued. Now I'm feeling resentment towards her.
Oh, I'm feeling the heat.
As the title states, my wife recently sued. She lost and we had to pay. The money is a significant amount for us. We didn't have much in savings or our emergency fund to begin with, and both of those accounts are now empty.
Oh my God, I think we have so the title made it sound like she was being sued. She did the suing.
Yep. My current problem is trying to move past the resentment and anger I'm feeling towards my wife. By the way, this comes from Sued Wife account. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So what did my wife do? I had no idea this was going on while it was happening. So your wife hid something from you. She used LinkedIn to find her former ex-best friend. She ended up creating a realistic-looking fake LinkedIn profile with a vague occupation of recruiter. My wife sent this ex-best friend, Laura, a few messages pretending to be a recruiter in her line of work. Laura finally responded, thinking that this was for a recruiter. It was real. My wife wanted her phone number, but Laura gave her a personal email address instead. My wife then created a second fake LinkedIn profile and started sending messages to people with similar titles to Laura at her company. These messages said derogatory things about Laura, a mixture of truthful but embarrassing things and just fabricated BS to make Laura look bad. Your wife is crazy.
I'm like real concerned at this point.
This is bad. This is bad.
But again, no knowledge of this going on while it's
OP has
happening.
no idea. Her manager got one of these messages that claimed Laura was a heavy substance user. Laura's manager talked to her about these messages and felt like they were bizarre and seemed like someone was trying to troll or harass Laura. Well, Laura's team had her back and helped her save these messages. Not only that, but Laura requested that she be substance tested anyway to provide further evidence that she was clean. My wife didn't know this at the time, but Laura was pregnant.
This just keeps getting worse for OP.
Several of her coworkers, including her manager, testified on Laura's behalf, and using the personal email address she got from the fake recruiter profile, my wife was able to find a few social media platforms Laura was on and was able to figure out her husband's name. She did some more internet sleuthing and found Laura's husband on Facebook. Laura's husband didn't have much on his Facebook, but you could see his business email address on it. My wife sent an email claiming that Laura was cheating on him. The husband confronted Laura about this email, and Laura encouraged him to keep responding to this person and save the messages, as well as to start asking specific questions about this supposed affair. My wife thought she was being clever and ended up telling the husband that Laura cheated on him during the work week. She even gave him specific dates. What she didn't realize was that Laura had something turned on in Google Maps where it keeps years worth of historical GPS data. Some of the dates my wife gave him also happened to be the days where they both worked from home together.
Oh, brother.
I mean, so your lies are falling apart, but oh my God, like this is insane.
Honestly, don't know if this is still my wife after I find out all this. Like, this is,
Also, what the heck kind of friend fallout happened here that the wife is this adamantly just making it her whole mission to ruin this person's life?
yeah, I don't know. And she's pregnant?
And she's
You're
pregnant.
You're trying to ruin a pregnant woman's life?
Yeah. Also, does like OP's wife have a job? Like, does she have?
Professional hater.
Yeah, dude, she is. I mean, she's doing like, a professional job.
She's doing big numbers as a
doing
professional
big numbers,
hater.
but
dude.
she's not perfect. She's not perfect. If she's gonna make it to the big leagues, she's gotta, dot her I's, cross her T's a little bit more.
Oh, man.
Okay. Ming Ming says, sorry, just got to stop my chore. This is one heck of a story. Yeah. Buckle in. We are less than like a fifth through the story. So she also ended up giving him dates and times during which they were on vacation together. Laura had her husband keep responding as much as possible to my wife and to back up all correspondence. My wife was able to find out when and where the baby shower was going to be. One of Laura's friends had created a public registry for her and had the invitation online. My wife decided to show up unannounced. The baby shower took place in a semi-public place. They had rented out an area connected to the public business. She did not make herself known immediately. Instead, she looked for patrons that were entering and exiting the rented out room. She was able to get the attention of a few guests that had never met her and tried to gossip about Laura.
Why? This is the definition of rent-free in your head. Like, why?
Wife was telling people that Laura didn't actually know who the father was, among other things. This was at an event where her husband was at as well. The word got back around to Laura and she spotted my wife and apparently immediately put together all the pieces of what happened. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm leaving a fair amount of information out. My wife was able to find phone numbers, social media accounts, and emails from other people in Laura's circle and sent them messages about Laura on multiple occasions. All the messages were trying to paint Laura in an extremely derogatory light. All the events I've mentioned so far took place over a year ago. My wife didn't think to mask her IP address.
Not a year ago, a year or so. She did this for a year.
A year or so.
She did this for a year.
This wasn't just like, I'm like drunk one night and gonna send a few messages. This is
dedication. This is bad.
This is bad.
What did she do?
Nicole H says jealousy. Amy Len says this is beyond petty. Yeah, this is. Your Poison Tonic says, lols, I think it's hilarious when I live rent-free in people's head. Yeah. Kim Fine says, wife is sloppy without the toppy, not worth the hassle. My wife didn't think to mask her IP address, so it was pretty easy to find out all these made up messages came from the same IP address, ours. Many of Laura's friends, and that's why you always use a VPN. Many of Laura's friends and family testified on her behalf. Laura had everyone save as much digital evidence as possible, and it was a lot. Laura and her husband hired a lawyer and decided to sue my wife. They had ample evidence against her. All the saved messages, close friends, and even her manager spoke on her behalf. She showed that she went to see a therapist once all the harassment started because she was depressed and anxious. She showed that she and her husband went to counseling after the accusations of her cheating. She even went above and beyond and had more substance tests done to show she was clean and that my wife's accusations were 100% false. She even had a paternity test done to show that my wife was again wrong and chose to lie. I honestly felt awful for Laura. There were a lot of tears on her end. You could tell how much emotional stress she had gone through. She said that being pregnant during the majority of this was absolutely horrific and was worried the stress and anxiety would somehow hurt the baby.
Yeah. No, that's the other half of this, which is like you're knowingly doing this to a pregnant woman. What could have possibly happened
Really quick.
to warrant that?
Really quick. We got more to this story. This is just the preamble. This is just the context. My question, is this divorce worthy right now?
Yeah, dude, I don't know you.
Can we do
I don't know you anymore.
a poll, divorce or not?
It's like I fundamentally will now look at you differently and I don't think I can get over it, you know?
Yeah, this is bad. I think I would divorce her. Chell Bell says, I would divorce the wife. This is disgusting. So she was pained that her one and only baby shower was ruined by my wife. And that was something that could never be truly repaid or made up for. And that my wife's harassment continued even after Laura gave birth and was trying to manage a newborn child. My wife has never done anything this crazy before. I knew she could be a little petty and jealous of others, especially people she used to be friends with in the past, but it was only talk, no action.
That you're aware of, at least. I would bet there's been a lot of action you didn't know about.
I think something to be aware of. One of the things I am wary of intensely is petty and vindictive people. People who are vindictive scare me.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Because it's only a matter of time before the vindictiveness, their need for revenge, turns on you.
Yeah. Unless it's
so
really
beware.
funny, though. You know what I mean? Unless it's but do you know, like on a real level? Because I agree with you. But like, I didn't realize it was really funny.
I think maybe the rule is it shouldn't be too damaging.
Yeah, it's got to be funny.
It's got to be funny.
If you're going to be petty, it can't be like because you like have like a burning black hole pit inside of you. It needs to just be like a goofy little goblin that wants to play a prank.
And it can't take up your life for a whole year.
Yeah, right. Right. That's the key.
We've had a very happy marriage. Otherwise, we rarely fight, have a lot in common. We have a lot of fun together, but she really effed up this time. I don't know how to move forward. Until now, I've always felt like we were a partnership in our marriage, but since I'm the breadwinner, I can't help but feel like I'm spending my money on something that isn't my fault. I've had no problem taking care of the mortgage and various financial burdens that come with being a married homeowner. However, I have been the only one to put money aside in our savings and other accounts to prepare for an emergency like a totaled car, someone losing their job, medical bills, or an act of God, not a stupid lawsuit where I know my wife is guilty.
Brother, I feel like that is fundamentally the wrong thing to be thinking about right now.
She has a part-time job and doesn't make much money, but pays for smaller things when she can, like groceries and some random bills. She does take care of a lot of cooking, cleaning, and caring for our pets. I know someone is going to suggest therapy, but I really want to start building an emergency fund again. We're pretty screwed financially for a while. There is an update. But is this not just I feel like this is such a breach of trust. It's such a, it would really call into question the character. I would need an extreme explanation. It couldn't just be a sorry.
No.
I would need they would need to show me that they have changed. I feel like also this is the first time she's been caught, but not the first time she's done something like this.
100%, dude. 100%.
Ugh.
There's no way that she did this like that this was her rough draft performance.
Yeah.
No, she's done that.
Also, Serenity said, God forbid a girl have a hobby.
God forbid a girl have a hobby. No, I think like the problem here isn't like, well, I don't feel like it's fair that I have to pay for this. I think it should be like, clearly your wife is having like, and not even acute, like a chronic mental health crisis or issue surrounding this and needs to address it. And if that doesn't happen,
then divorce.
Then,
I think that's a good point. I think I don't think we need to go direct to divorce, especially if the relationship's good. But there needs to be some movement on solving this.
I don't know. I think it's pretty
problem.
direct. I think it's like 2 steps. I think it's you go, hey, you need therapy, or we need therapy around this, or we can't get better. Yeah. And if she's like, no, then it's like, all right, then I'm walking away. Yeah. I'm done now.
I agree. But wait, Kian, you pulled up a comment. What was the comment? I saw you pulled up one. Where'd it go? Yeah.
Yes, I did the why.
Yeah.
Something jealousy. I mean, OP said it was something, jealous.
Yeah.
Jealous about what,
Amy
though?
Lynn says, okay, we need to know why she was so against Laura.
Jealous about baby?
I can't believe
the timeline would make sense.
It needs to be something more.
No, it has to be something from the past.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah. What are you feeling, Kian? Are you divorced?
Divorce. This is too much.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
This
is a
is
lot.
this is some real
You would
hatred.
go straight to divorce. No therapy.
I mean, if
for her, she can get it, but I don't know.
You're out.
it's more like a response for me. It's like if she responds in like I've been feeling like there's something fundamentally not right about the way I've been acting for a while, and I want to fix it. I'd be like, okay, we can try that together. But if she's like, just no, I've done nothing wrong, then I'm like, I can't stay in this, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in this mindset for over a year.
Yeah. So that's a chronic issue.
But we got an update. Again, we're less than halfway through.
Oh, brother.
We're less than halfway through. Okay. So, update. By the time I was able to respond to my first post, it became locked. I read everyone's replies, and thank you to those who responded with good advice. There were some common questions I wanted to address to provide additional clarification. How did she avoid jail? I only mentioned the civil case since I felt it was the most appropriate to write about because I was originally angry about our financial situation. There was also a criminal case. Our lawyer thought she would originally have to go to jail for 3 months. However, we were able to get her punishment reduced to a community service instead. She has a lot of community service to fill within a year. She will also be getting visits from a parole officer. Laura and her husband did file restraining orders against her. I honestly can't blame them for that. I helped my wife that she had a clean record and has family that works in law enforcement. I want her to finish those community service hours first before we talk about her working more hours to help pay me back. And why did she do this to Laura? Yes. Oh my God.
We've all been waiting for.
Better be good. This better be good. That is a good question. I asked her this multiple times over the past several months to try to understand what this woman did to my wife. She would tell me that Laura deserved every horrible thing that my wife did to her, that Laura was a crappy person, a self-absorbed person, a liar, and just an overall dirt pickle, but she never really gave specific examples. I've been pressing her for more info, and when she told me some specifics, it made me feel sick to my stomach. Not because of what Laura did.
Yeah, I thought so.
But because of how far my wife decided to go due to some petty thing that happened in their friendship. So here we go. Their friendship ended about 8 or 9 years ago. They've been friends since early in high school, and it was over a man they had both briefly dated.
No.
I was going to say it was probably a man.
Ellen of Troy.
My wife dated Matt for a few months.
So close.
She broke up with him because she thought that Matt had feelings for Laura. Laura said she didn't want to date Matt because he had dated my wife. My wife decided to test her friend Laura's loyalty and told Laura she had her blessing to date Matt. Laura and Matt ended up dating for a few months. My wife stuck around while they were dating, and once they broke up, my wife told Laura that she had failed a loyalty test.
This is crazy. I'm sorry.
Your wife has been crazy for a while. It wasn't just this. Yikes.
I think this is the face I'd be. All our listeners, you can't see it, but like as this is rolling out of her mouth, I'm like,
Ugh.
oh,
all right.
no, please stop talking. No.
There had to be red flags beforehand, right?
Oh, there had to be. There absolutely had to have been red flags before this.
100%.
They fought, and ultimately it was Laura who decided to end the friendship. Note, in the case it's not clear, Laura's current husband is not Matt. Secondly, I was able to get some information from her about what inspired her to do this since their friendship had ended so long ago. My wife said she happened to see it by chance, not by stalking. She saw Laura at a restaurant about 1.5 to 2 years ago, and it looked like Laura had lost a lot of weight and was fit. My wife and I are fairly overweight, and apparently Laura used to be overweight too. My wife admitted that she felt angry that Laura had lost a lot of weight while she had never been able to. My wife was also insulting Laura and said that she doesn't make a pretty thin person and that her new muscular body was too masculine. She also insulted Laura's husband's look and physique as well. She's a jealous person.
I'm like, stop, honey. Hey, stop. I'm just going to leave.
This is...
We don't
I think
need to
this is
talk.
for sure divorce, right? This is like she's not getting it.
Oh, this is like I'm fully crashing out
That
at
sentence, she gave her blessing.
That's like-
I give you my blessing. It's a test.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That'd be like if I was like, Keon, you need my car, go ahead and drive it. And then you
failed.
take my car
Failed the
somewhere
test.
and I call the police and I go,
My car has been stolen by the cutest little boy. You gotta go get him and give him a kiss.
Gotta give him a smooch.
and yeah, because that makes literally no sense. Yeah, we need to really say that's the dumbest thing you could ever do.
Yeah. Your wife is crazy. You should stay away. I think. Were we at 100% divorce on the poll?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% divorce. I think we're staying. I'm
Double it.
150% divorce
Man,
now.
imagine saying that with your chest. Imagine.
I saw
God.
Laura and her husband in person on multiple occasions. They both look like normal, attractive people who obviously work out. I could also tell my wife was irritated when she saw Laura at the courthouse the first time, and you could barely tell that Laura had even had a baby. She was looking dynamite. My wife admitted that she just wanted to do some snooping to try to find that Laura wasn't doing well in life. She found the opposite and was jealous of Laura's success. She first found out both of their job titles. They both work at tech companies with some sort of engineering title, and their estimated salaries by using something called Glassdoor. If that's accurate, then both Laura and her husband make really good money. She also saw a photo on Facebook of Laura and her husband standing in front of what appeared to be a very beautiful and large home. She said she was angry because she knew that Laura wasn't deserving of any of this. She proceeded to insult Laura about how she's not that smart, not pretty, not responsible. She claimed that all Laura did through college was do substances, drink, have spicy sleep with anything that had a wiener, skip class, and fail a lot. My wife said she's the type who would cheat on her husband, that she's manipulative and is always up to something. But look who is manipulative and always up to something. Huh? Look in the mirror.
I need to pull out
A mirror.
pull out a
that mirror.
baby picture of me because it's how I feel. I've already said all the freaking words I could say about this.
Yeah. And you need
And if
something that's
I'm
1,000
OP,
words.
I don't have anything. I'm like in complete shock and disgust and awe and fear and I don't know. I'm probably gonna barf and poop. I'm losing
Losing it.
control.
Bad Pool Girl says this is a terrifying obsession. Holy crikey. Yeah.
Where is my baby
Ming
picture?
Ming says girl jealousy makes you green with envy and you're now broke because of it.
Give me
Yeah, I
that
feel like you
freaking
were
baby.
not seeing, I think you were not seeing the flags.
Oh no.
But while Dakota's pulling up that image, both Laura and her husband seem very sad and exhausted throughout the whole ordeal. I never picked up on anything sinister from Laura at all. I felt absolutely awful for her. I felt extreme shame and embarrassment whenever I was in the same room with Laura and her husband. I don't think I was ever able to make direct eye contact with either of them. So yeah, I was expecting Laura to have done something truly evil or sinister in the past, and that was just not the case. Does she feel remorseful?
Doubt it.
I don't know if this can be seen from here.
Yep. Can you make the face? Wait, more. Give me more an angle. More an angle. More.
Pout a little bit more.
More. A little bit more. A little bit more. All
Pout
right,
your
zoom
cheeks
in,
a little
zoom
bit
in,
more.
Zoom in.
Yeah, there you go.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm like, ooh.
Does she feel remorseful? I want to say yes, she does. She's been really depressed since this all finalized, maybe because she's getting consequences for reactions. However, I can't help but think she's sad only because she got caught. She hasn't directly said anything that would lead me to believe she's truly remorseful. She's still angry at Laura for escalating to the point of a criminal and civil case. She feels that Laura overreacted. My wife believes every horrible thing she said about Laura. She's convinced that Laura is some kind of heavy drinker / substance regular user who cheats on her husband and is the type to lie and cheat her way to the top of her career. And somehow Laura is able to hide this from everyone in her life.
So be ready for her to come after you next, brother.
My wife felt like she was trying to expose Laura for the monster that she is. Dude, you just revealed something to me. When OP divorces his wife,
Yeah.
what is she going to do?
Probably like she's going to order like a Looney Tunes style anvil and
Oh my God.
hang it above OP's front door.
Stay safe out there, brother.
That's what I'm
Stay
saying.
safe.
You got to be ready for this. This woman's going to come for you.
This woman is going to come for you.
Not in a good way.
She feels that Laura pressing charges and suing her is additional proof that Laura is vindictive. My hope is that she has time to think while she's doing her community service hours over the next year. I think she feels bad that I had to empty out our accounts and sell some things to come up with the money. I talked to her about working more hours when she has finished community service, and she agreed. Are you going to get divorced? Dude, I think yes. Nothing about what you've said has given me any vindication that she's going to change, or she feels bad, or she's like a changed person. It only confirms that she's like this.
Yeah, I'm going catatonic because I read the first sentence that he wrote.
The thought crossed my mind, but no, we've been together for so long and I still love her despite this disgusting thing she has done. I can't see my life without her, but I know, and I'm having a hard time admitting this to myself, that if she doesn't improve or learn a lesson from this mess, then I can't be with her anymore. Dude, and she doesn't improve. If you aren't with her, it is going to turn on you.
Brother, I'm not going to lie.
You're in a lose-lose situation right now.
If none of this is a deal breaker for you immediately, I don't know if there's anything she could do to make you leave her. I don't know. Because like this is way more than like, it crossed my mind. Like it should be the thing that you need to like bury underneath like a bunch of lead so that you can't, so that you're just not constantly thinking about it. Because it's all I'd be thinking about is that my wife is psychotic.
Yeah, the trust for me would be gone, but let's keep going. So that if she doesn't improve or learn a lesson from this mess, then I can't be with her anymore. A lot of people mention that if she can do this type of thing to an ex-friend, then she can do the same to an ex-husband. Yes. This has me worried some. I'd like to believe she wouldn't go nuclear on me for what we did. If we did file for divorce, I'll be taking precautions in case I have to defend myself in the future. You're taking precautions against someone that you still want to be married to? Like, dude, what are you doing?
Like,
why is she only working part-time? She's a licensed masseuse. Nice. And works at a really nice salon / spa. Her hourly wage is pretty high, but she hasn't been able to get the hours she wants at the spa she works at. She could probably get a more full-time position at a different spa, but with a slightly lower hourly wage, which would still bring in more income than what she's doing now. She really likes the place she is at and doesn't want to leave, but I may pressure her to find full-time work elsewhere to help pay back and refill our emergency fund once she is done with community service. At the moment, she's on board with helping me put money back into our savings accounts. What about therapy? I know we need this both as a couple and as individuals to deal with this mess. I talked to her about this, and she doesn't seem totally sold on the idea of therapy because she's going to realize she has to change. I've expressed that I think it would help both of us, and she seems indifferent at this point. I've talked to her parents, who are really angry and disappointed in her. They basically begged me not to leave her over this. I told her parents that I think therapy would help both of us, but I can't afford it now. They offered to pay for couples therapy, but this is as much as they would be able to afford. So it's a start. I know my wife will need individual therapy, and if that means I stop going to couples therapy so she can get the one-on-one help she needs, so be it. I think she needs one-on-one therapy more than you guys need couple therapy.
yeah.
I'm not ready to call my wife a psychopath, as many of the comments did in the last post. I think she got carried away and thought she was trying to expose someone she truly believed was a bad person.
Nah, there's a difference between psychopathy and being psychotic, though.
What's the difference?
Well, one is like psychopathy is like you're a psychopath. Psychotic is just like it's like that's all of it.
Yeah.
Any of it.
Yeah.
It's like a psychotic break.
Yeah.
It's, there's a lot of stigma around that kind of stuff, but it's like, honestly, your wife is just mentally not well.
Not there.
Okay.
She needs help for sure.
Like a lot.
I'm heavily leaning towards the idea that she had some kind of mental breakdown and focused all of her energy on this one woman and her life. I'm not going to give up on my wife yet. It's very possible that she has some underlying mental illness that could very well be treated with therapy or meds. How much was she sued for? I really want to know. I don't want to give specific numbers, but it will take about 4 to 5 years to get back where we were prior to this happening. If my wife takes on a full-time job after she is done with community service and hands over the majority of her paycheck, it may take less than 4 years. Are kids involved? No, we don't have kids and are not planning to have any. And what next?
Get out. Run. Kool-Aid Man right through the wall.
That's what I need help with. I've sat down with my wife a few times since the post, and I can feel some resistance coming from her about starting couples therapy. I think she's irritated at her parents for offering to pay for therapy for us. She has stated that she would rather us solve our problems together without interference from someone she doesn't know. By the way, if you want interference from the people that you love, you should listen to full episodes with stories just like this.
Yeah.
Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime. There's a bit left to the story, but Dakota, before we get to the end of the story, what should OP do?
Well, OP is the living embodiment of loyal to a fault, and OP needs to leave.
Is he going to leave?
No.
No. It's sad. It's sad.
Short of like, I don't know, she like wakes up with, an appendage in her hand that she has sliced off of you.
Also, Sam the Caterpillar says, nah, a psychotic episode is not this organized in all other facets of life. Could have been some kind of like manic, like...
Oh, maybe I'm just saying that nomenclature wrong, but I just mean she has
I
don't know if it's a psychotic break. No, because it lasted like a year, but it's like she's got a psychiatric condition that needs addressing, is my point.
But OP goes on. She's afraid she isn't going to like any therapist we find and that the therapist will attack her throughout the sessions. I've tried explaining to her that the therapist isn't there to blame anyone, that they would try to help us, and that it would be a safe space for her to talk and vent about whatever she needs. I think she's smart enough to know that if they go to therapy, the therapist is going to be like, yo, OP, you should leave. I brought up the idea of therapy every night since the post, and each time she's had an excuse along the lines of it won't help, the therapist will gang up on her, she isn't going to like the therapist won't like her, or that we can solve our problems on our own. And that's where that story ends.
That's what you should let her do,
She's not trying
bro.
to change. She's not trying to grow. I think this means you got to go.
You should let her grow on her own.
Yep. But that's where the story ends, but not where the episode ends. We got another story coming up. Bad Pool Girl says, lol, she's absolutely not going to like any therapist. Yeah, the therapist.
Of course not.
The therapist is literally just going to be like, dude, you are so far out of whack.
Well, they'll have a little more tact than that, but it's like people who are, like wrong, quote unquote, whatever, in a given situation, like clearly like harassing and stalking and getting, to the point where you're being held legally liable for damages that you've done to this person. You're in the wrong. No matter what they did, you're in the wrong.
How hard it is to win a defamation suit?
Right. It's like there's so much evidence and she did so much for so long that it was incontrovertible that she was to be held liable. So I just don't think she's going to get anything out of it because she can't be told anything that she's doing is wrong.
She's not ready to change.
Well, I've got this story right here in my hand. And I'm going to give it a little gander.
You're going to give it a little whiff?
I'm going to give it a gander for
A
y'all.
little whiff.
Oh boy.
Right.
Okay. Are we ready? My husband is obsessed with his friend. She doesn't even like him.
This sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Simp husband. I, 30 female, have been married to my husband, 33 male, for almost 6 years. We've been together for 10. We moved out of state together pretty early in our relationship over 8 years ago, but we moved back home almost 2 years ago now. We have 2 young kids, 5 male, 2 female, and my husband is currently untreated but diagnosed with ADHD, and I am undiagnosed autistic. We love each other and have some overlap in symptoms, but for the most part, our brains just work differently. I've accepted that he will never contribute the amount of work I do with the house and kids. He has way more freedom than me, as I am the one burdened with responsibility. By the way, this comes from user FarCarpenter7749, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit.
Okay.
Not liking the start that we're off to.
No, it's like, he doesn't pull his weight, but I guess I'm okay.
So, recently he ran into an old friend. They never dated, but he was in love with her.
Yikes.
She rejected him and the friendship met an end, and they ended up hanging out, catching up, and he apologized to her for the past, saying she was a good friend at the time when he needed one. He mistook her kindness as affection and thought she liked him, but it wasn't romantic for her. He feels bad for how he handled the situation, and while I admire his growth, I don't enjoy this new friendship.
I don't think he's grown. I don't think he's grown, and I feel like you have every right to feel a little antsy about a friendship with an ex that rejected him and he was in love with.
I think as his wife, you can be upset about this.
Tell me if you think we're wrong, chat, but this is not fertile ground. This is a husband that doesn't pull his weight and now is having a friendship with his ex that he's probably still in love with. Not great. Not great.
So it's been about a month.
Okay.
And they talk every single day.
Yikes.
Her car is in the shop and has been this whole time. He gives her rides to and from work or the store.
And she
He's
gives
a
him
great
rides
friend to have.
right back.
Yeah, and she hops on the
old stick shift.
The old disco stick.
Mm-hmm. I am not liking cheating. I'm calling cheating. I'm calling cheating.
And look, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna pull that one back real quick before I cast aspersions upon this old friend.
Or
it's really
she's not
more
even-
him. Yeah, the fact that he is now relentlessly pursuing a connection with this woman he had been in love with as a partner to your wife. You're a scumbag for doing that. Anyway. I do feel bad that she is going through such a hard time, but why does my husband need to be her support system? He lent her $200 of our money, and he even tells her how beautiful she is.
Ah! Oh my God, I hate this so much. So many red flags in this first part of the story. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if she's in love with him, but he's definitely in love with her.
The only person this is good for is like a sister. If you're married and you're doing this for any woman, it better be someone directly related to you.
Blood related.
Yeah. He tells me he's just trying to raise her standards and self-esteem since she chooses bad partners.
Yeah. Like partners that are not me.
Right. Her fiance hasn't been home in months. He just spends too much time with her. We've talked about it and we've tried to come up with solutions to make me more comfortable with this friendship. He's brought her around. I've hung out with her a couple of times, but I just can't stop feeling slighted. He's such a good friend to her. He keeps telling me he's not trying to hurt me and that he loves me, not her. But I've seen their messages and I am so uncomfortable with the amount of attention he gives her. He calls me beautiful too, but he'll call her a smoke show.
What? This is so bad.
And what, is he going to try to say that his ADHD is what keeps him from understanding that that's not what you should do?
Sorry, babe. I call everyone a smoke show.
You got to reserve smoke show for your wife,
or the homies.
Probably.
Like Dakota Keon. Absolute smoke shows.
Or the homies. So she hasn't had any kids and her body is way better than mine. And now she's the damsel in distress. I feel like as long as she is a wounded bird, he is going to be focused on her needs, even at the cost of mine. He always tells me he chose me, that he would never leave me, and that he would never be with her. And I don't think he would cheat on me. But that is not enough.
I wouldn't have the same level of faith based on everything I've seen right now.
Yeah, I mean, that confuses me because if that's not an issue, okay, let's just keep reading. We've gotten into multiple fights about this. I haven't talked to any of my friends about this. He has told his friends and family about her. Some of them already knew her. Pretty much everyone is telling him to be careful. A lot of people are saying he needs to cut her out. I honestly feel like he loves her, but maybe it's just a hyperfixation. Either way, I'm unhappy. I've lost a little bit of weight. I do my makeup and shower more, really working on my presentation, but it's just so lonely. I just want to be with someone who thinks I'm as great as he thinks she is. He says that I'm great and that he loves me, but it's just not the same as the messages he sends her. I already know there's no way I can break up their friendship. That's not fair. After all, he's not really cheating, and she really is just a person trying to live her life. Any advice on how I can feel better about it? I just don't like feeling so jealous and insecure. It's really hurting how I feel about myself. At this point, I'm considering ending the relationship. Even though he says he chose me, he's still going to see her and help her all the time, despite what it does to my feelings. How is that choosing me? I just don't know what's next for us. What's the best way to work through this? We still love each other. I tried asking if he could just spend less time talking to her and doing stuff with her. His response was, quote, "If you start setting restrictions on me, I'm going to be mad."
Again, that's a classic gaslight move.
This guy needs to listen to Weezer.
Wait, I didn't just notice these head.
Yeah, there's probably a latency on them though, so we can't really wear them while we talk. Are they even running
Does that
anything?
work? No, it's not. I don't think it's.
Yeah, but those are just for us to practice with, so that we can hear like where we sound, what we sound like, where. So it's like over here I sound like. But
Yeah. No. This is manipulation. This is This is a guy this guy is actively throwing your relationship in the trash, and there's been red flags beforehand. He hasn't been pulling his weight, and now he's just not pulling his weight even more. Yeah, leave OP.
To be clear, I got to fill you in on something we just did yesterday.
What?
Remember, like throwing people into the sun and stuff. We kind of stopped doing that, right?
Oh.
You know that song On an Island where Weezer says On an Island in the sun? Well, that's where I want this guy to go.
On an island.
So instead, I just say, go listen to Weezer.
Yeah, I like that.
He's going to listen to Weezer.
He's gonna listen.
This
to
guy
Weezer.
needs to listen to Weezer.
He needs to listen to Weezer.
Can I get you saying on the record, this guy should listen to Weezer?
I think you should listen to Weezer, but I think he should be on the island in the sun, but like peacefully.
Oh, of course. We don't want anything bad to happen to him.
Yeah.
Just gotta listen to Weezer.
Yeah.
He just wants me to trust him and let him spend time with her. I do, and I have been, and it still hurts my feelings. And I don't know how to get over it. How do I move past this? And there's an update. You should leave him because he doesn't care about your feelings. Boom, you just said it.
I think it's like you've had multiple conversations about this, and he turns it back on you, like,
right?
Consistently. Like there's been no give. There's been only take. I'm not feeling good about this relationship. Also, I'm gonna turn on the AC really quick.
Oh yeah. Ooh, you're a little fuerte over there. Oh wait, no, that's strong.
Tengo color, hace color.
I don't think. Wait, okay. The friend is no better for enabling his behavior, knowing he's taken. Yeah, I mean, look. Maybe this guy is like actually so wrapped up from this like first love scenario, like he can't even tell or be honest with himself that he is clearly like in love with this woman still. Maybe there's a part of him that does know it. Regardless, I think clearly his actions are telling you which person in his life he's prioritizing. And if it's been a repeated conversation that, hey, this is how I feel. And he goes,
I don't really care though.
Because I'm not letting how you feel get in between me and my friend, quote unquote. Then like then he's choosing her. So it's, there it is. He's told you.
Oh, all right.
We have an update, dude.
Let's get into this update. I'm ready.
A lot of people are going to be disappointed in this update. We're still together.
No.
Why
I'm
do you,
upset.
when you know that?
I'm upset.
Why
I don't
are you
like
doing that when you know that? So he told me my feelings were valid and agreed we needed to make some changes. A lot of people are under the impression that he doesn't help me at all and that he's completely absent from the kids and my life. That's not true.
He's only partially absent.
Yeah. He's, God, there's kids.
There's kids.
There's 2 kids, dude.
All right, but hey, at least he's making the consolation that things need to change. Maybe this is a start. Maybe we can get somewhere with this.
He's not completely absent. I just meant that it's not a 50-50 split. He could definitely do more, and he has acknowledged that. He also admits that he was initially defensive about the situation. He thought about it a lot and realized that I was right, that while it's not inappropriate for him to have a female friend, he did take it too far. He has since stopped commenting on her appearance entirely. He has limited contact with her and backed off. I also confronted her, which I initially felt bad about, but now I don't. She insists they are just old friends and she sees him as more of an older brother. However, when I stated that things were inappropriate and that boundaries needed to be set, she did not agree. She said she never heard of a healthy relationship with boundaries.
That is literally the basis of every healthy relationship. Get the heck out of here.
I'm speechless. So is it her? Has it been her? Maybe she's been leading
him
along. And she's really been doing sob story. Boo-hoo, my fiance doesn't think I'm the ugliest barnacle in the 7 seas.
I think she's definitely playing. She's playing some sort of game.
She should go listen to Weezer.
They should go to the island in the sun together.
Could take a holiday, because that's the name of the song. Yeah. Thank you, chat. I can't remember which Kimberly was the one that said that. Thanks, Kim Fine.
Kim Fine, dude, always with the zingers.
Okay, she continued that boundaries are something you set for children, not your partner. So I decided I don't like her. She tried to play it off super nice afterwards and say things like, I hope that we work out, blah, 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 blah. That statement is just a huge red flag to me.
Yes.
I'm now looking at the signs, and I'm pretty sure she's using him. Oh, your husband is a golden retriever? Oh, I'm happy, though. I'm so happy. Yay, if your husband's a golden retriever. Yay, I was wrong. He just got manipulated so hard.
Do you think that's true?
I hope it is.
I hope it is.
Oh, that makes me feel good inside if he is a golden retriever, man.
I hope he's a golden retriever, but also, like, I don't know, the smoke show.
Look,
The smoke show comments?
I'm playing this out of my head. She's gaming him, like, he has coalesced into time as like, all right, I had feelings, whatever. She was just there for me as a good friend. She was there for me, right? She helped me when I was at a low point and I got my feelings crossed. Now she's at a place where maybe her husband is absent from her life. Maybe she doesn't feel too great about herself. And hey, who was that guy who was in love with me before?
And made me feel good about myself.
Maybe I can get this guy back in my life. And I don't care because I just want what's good for me.
Yeah.
I want what I want.
I just want that affection. I want to feel good.
So I'm gonna go to him and say boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo.
And he's gonna give that golden retriever energy.
Right.
I don't know if he's completely not at fault.
I mean, here's what right before. If your partner comes to you and goes, "Hey, this is making me feel bad," you need to go, "Oh, let's fix
And that
that."
wasn't his immediate reaction.
Right. So that is bad.
But I am glad it's getting better, but it's still, I don't know. I feel like absolving him for all this because like, oh, he's just a gleeful idiot is like
It doesn't completely absolve him because that's still bad. It's
still
like
bad.
you don't want to date a little man baby, but like it makes him not like outwardly like what's it called? Nefarious.
Yeah, maybe,
But he's a
maybe it's not
buffoon.
nefarious.
You want to date a
Maybe.
buffoon or a nefarious
I
man?
don't know. I'm not even completely sure it's not nefarious.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you guys think. Are you more in the he
hope.
was in on it or he's a golden retriever that's just like dumb? I would love to know what you guys think, but let's see where the
Okay.
story goes.
So I'm looking at the signs and I'm pretty sure she was using him. My husband doesn't see it that way. He says he's never been in a real relationship. She doesn't understand that boundaries are normal and healthy. So now it's making a lot more sense why she's still single. Wait, I thought there was a fiance. I thought she had a partner who was absent.
That's what I thought too.
That's what the husband said. That's why he was
Dingus Bot-
gassing her up.
Dingus Bot.
Dingus Bot's dead right now. Okay. There's nothing wrong with being single. I might be here soon if these changes don't stick. I know a lot of you guys don't believe he's not cheating on me. Some of you believe it's only because she won't put out. There's no way to convince you guys otherwise. After all, you don't have all the information. It's really hard to figure out what's relevant in things like this. Him going too hard with helping people is not a new thing.
Okay, that is a point towards golden retriever.
That's a very important little piece of information.
That's a very important piece. Now with that new information, I am leaning golden retriever a little more.
My perfect perspective would be like, he's just like, I got to pay her back for the emotional support she gave me. And then I messed it up. I got to fix it.
I can see it. I can see the golden retriever a little bit more now, but I'm still not completely there.
He's still made a mistake. He still did something wrong.
Yeah.
Being a buffoon does not absolve you of
But it makes you more forgivable.
responsibility.
It makes you more
it
forgivable.
makes you not actively malicious. Trust me. You wouldn't believe how much we've spent on his little brother. Yeah, I know that's not great. Can't blame him entirely. We both come from families that have always struggled, and we feel lucky that even though we came from poorer households, my parents and his mother would definitely help us in any way they could. And he loves to pay that forward. Honestly, I love how much he cares about others. Yeah, the world would be a better place if we helped each other, but not everyone needs our help. His friend has other resources. He can still give her a ride home sometimes, as she does live very close. It hasn't been long enough to really test the waters. He hasn't seen her since all this went down, and I don't know how I'll feel the first time he does. Honestly, while I don't like her, it feels good that my husband has set boundaries with her. He took my side when she said boundaries weren't healthy in a relationship. He knows I wish she disappeared from our lives forever, and he said if it comes down to it, that's what will happen. But he's asking for one more chance to just rework the friendship into a healthy one. The few times we all hung out, we got along, even had a good time. At this moment, I don't know her well enough, and he's known her for a very long time, so I should probably trust that he knows her better than me, and that maybe she's not a terrible person. At this moment, though, my experience with her has not been great. The only way I'm going to change my mind about her is through time. We'll see if he keeps up these boundaries and promises he's made. So far he has, but it's only been like 2 days, which is nowhere near enough time to know if that's going to stick.
No.
I also talked to one of his friends who's a licensed therapist. Since we don't have insurance, he has offered to help us talk it out. What a nice guy. My husband has turned this down in the past, but this time has agreed. Another good sign for husband. My husband also gets roped into a lot of contractor type jobs for family members, which is another reason he's not home as often as I am.
Wait, so he's just helping out family members?
I guess he's got some skills to pay the bills, and some people are like, I need my plumbing fixed. He's like, I'm going to come over and do that.
For free, you think? Yeah. Golden
For
retriever.
the family.
Golden retriever.
It's all in the
Golden
family.
retriever energy.
He's going to start taking our son with him more often when he does these jobs, which is good. Teach your son skills. We have a double date this weekend with one of my friends, and I will say, even before this post, he was trying to pull me out of the house more. It's hard when you have young kids and no one to help out. His mom is sick with the big C. My parents work full-time, and all of us just live paycheck to paycheck. Me and my husband both work full-time as well. I work remotely, so I stay home. We have one car, and I don't drive. Sometimes you get set up in a rut, and it's really hard to get out. My point is, he is not a bad guy. He does love me.
More and more points for Golden Retriever. Dakota saw it first. I didn't see it. Initially, but I'm feeling the Golden Retriever.
The point is being he's not a bad guy. He does love me, and he's shown me that over and over again. We all struggle. I think it's important to remember your partner is not your enemy. And while you can't always avoid a fight, it helps to remember most of us just want our feelings validated. And we have a second update here, people. Ooh. Should we just go ahead and dive in?
I think just hit it.
All right.
Let's get it. I'm hoping that we have some therapy. He cuts off this relationship with this woman that's obviously manipulating him, and we have more evidence of the Golden Retriever behavior. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping.
Also, guys, I don't think OP's being gaslit by her partner right here. I think with the background information we just got about his upbringing, came up in a poor household, wants to constantly give to the people in his life, like his family and his friends.
Pattis
wants to be able to support people. Conditional love.
What do you mean by that, Pattis? I don't know. Bad Pool Girl says, OOP, the gaslight really makes your eyes sparkle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't feel like, earlier I was like, oh man, but given the rest of the information she told us, it just does feel like, but look, your partner comes to you, says, hey, this thing's fundamentally like upsetting me. You need to immediately put that under the microscope and go, all right, what do we do to address this? Don't just be like, well, you can't make me do that. I'll be upset. She's upset.
But let's see where this update goes. I am excited. I hope this can be redeemed.
Okay, update 2. She still doesn't have a car. I let him take her to a doctor's appointment. I think my marriage is over.
No! The Golden Retriever chases the stick once again. No. Why did you let him go? Or I guess maybe he asked, and now she's like, all right, just go.
Nothing happened, and he wasn't even gone long, but I realized I am not okay with this. I hate this. I'm trying to be rational, and I'm a big supporter of compromise, but I can't compromise on this one. Unfortunately, we have a lot going on right now, so I just have to pretend I'm okay. No! Don't do that! Tell your partner this is unacceptable! What are we doing?
Do you remember what he said, though? He's going to get mad.
Get
exactly.
mad then.
It's ridiculous.
I'm
a little mad. Also, Bad Pool Girl says, doctor appointment way too intimate. Yeah, I think that's true.
Does she not know that the bus is an option?
Yeah, dude, take an Uber.
This is a woman who doesn't know buses exist.
Get on like a city bike.
Did you know you have legs?
You can walk.
Theoretically, I don't know really if you have legs in this story, but
you could wheel like FDR.
Yeah, even FDR without legs
ran a country.
That worked. Look, this is getting crazy. Off topic, and I'm sounding like a piece of crap right now. Damn, I got by the Golden Retriever.
But let's hit it. Let's hit this.
By the way, you don't have to pretend that there are full episodes with stories just like this on Spotify and iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts and wherever you listen to podcasts. All you have to do is search OK Storytime, and you can listen to over 2,000 of them.
Get it.
Let's get into the rest of the story. Okay, we have a couple of events to go through first. After that, though, I'm telling him one way or another she will be out of my life, and if he needs her in his, he can do it without me. Tell him that immediately. Mm-hmm. I just can't force myself to keep it together. I want to wake him up right now. I do it! I hate this so much. My life is crumbling. Why couldn't he just choose me? She doesn't even like him. I can't believe I'm losing him to a fantasy that will never be. He told me he would choose me if I made him, but I have a feeling this is the end. That can't be the end of that story. That's the end of that story?
Also, like that framing, I'll choose you if you make me, is really like you choosing the other person, right? Like he's willing to risk his wife putting up an ultimatum
Right.
to preserve something that he knows makes his wife uncomfortable.
Right.
It's over. It's over.
He says, I'm not going to choose you until I absolutely have to.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. It's like you're putting you're putting pain into your partner. This is awful, but I think that's where that story and this episode ends.
I'm just seeing if there's anything else.
Yeah, is there a freaking happy ending?
I'm trying to find it.
Oh. Oh boy, oh boy.
I'm so mad.
I'm mad.
I'm
mad.
so mad. He tricked me. I got tricked.
We thought he was golden
Well, it was a
retriever.
tag team.
We
It
thought he
was-
was golden, but maybe
OP
he is
tricked me with
maybe
their
he
description.
is golden retriever, and now he's just wagging his tail, following her again. You know.
Well, dude, you can have a golden retriever, but we all know my opinion on poorly trained dogs.
Yep, you got to train your
They're
golden retriever.
They're always going to be more annoying to me than cute. Always.
He's not golden retriever. He's nice guy. Yeah, I think that's actually more true.
It's just someone saying like, oh, this girl, how could she not have her hero like a healthy relationship kind of thing? And OP replies with, yeah, he definitely acknowledged that it was over the top. However, I can't say he wouldn't do that to a guy friend. He 100% loves to hype his guy friends too. It's just like,
Oh, so like she's kind of doubling down on the golden retriever thing.
it's a golden retriever
Yeah,
thing, but like
but
we
again,
can't defend it.
There's a comment in here. He needs to be a golden retriever for you only.
I don't think that's true. I don't
it's
think that's
like-
true. I don't think a golden retriever has to be a golden. I feel like that golden retriever energy gets spread around to a bunch of different people. But if him being a golden retriever comes at the expense of your happiness and also is crossing boundaries in your relationship, then that's
He's being a bad dog to you.
Iris
He's
Bear
being a bad
says,
dog to you, good dog to everyone else.
golden retrievers are more loyal than this guy.
Yes.
And hey, I want to know what you guys think. Is this guy golden retriever, or is he just a bad husband, or is he both? Is he manipulative? Is he, I don't know, like a little evil behind the scenes? Let us know what you think. But that is where this story and this episode ends. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you. And see you tomorrow.